Jungkook had a solo date recently. He decided to take a walk in the park. The day was sunny and the sky was clear, making for perfect outdoor conditions. Jungkook loved his date. He was so excited to have some time to himself. He decided to bring a few snacks to enjoy during his walk. As he walked along, he took in the sights and sounds of the park. He was amazed at how peaceful it was. He found himself feeling relaxed and content. After enjoying his snack, he decided to play a game of frisbee. He was so into the game that time flew by and it was already afternoon. He decided to take some photos of the beautiful scenery all around him. He wanted to remember this day forever. As the sun began to set, Jungkook headed to a nearby cafe. He wanted to get a cup of coffee before heading home. It was such a great date, he didn't want it to end. He looked around the cafe and appreciated the cozy atmosphere. As he finished his coffee, he began to reflect on what he had accomplished during his solo date. He felt so proud of himself. Running had always been a passion of Jungkook's, and he decided to do a few laps around the park before leaving. As he ran, he couldn't help but feel elated. He felt like he could take on the world. An overwhelming sense of freedom filled his chest. When he got home, he felt a bit sad that his date was over. Nonetheless, he was content with how it had gone. He went to bed that night feeling very thankful he had taken this time for himself. He had truly enjoyed his solo date. The next morning, he awoke with a newfound positive outlook on life. He thought to himself that he'd better try to have a solo date more often. Jungkook was forever changed after his solo date. He appreciated the importance of taking time to have fun and spend time with yourself. He had so much fun that day that he decided he would do it again soon. He knew then that it would become a weekly or monthly routine for him. As he made his plans, he reflected on why he loved solo dates so much. He enjoyed the freedom, the opportunity for self-reflection, and the chance to discover new things. Jungkook's next solo date would be a visit to a museum. He was excited to go and explore a different environment. For this solo date, he wanted to bring a sketchbook with him. That way, he could record his observations in a creative way. He arrived at the museum with a feeling of apprehension, but he was also excited to finally be there. As he explored the different artifacts, he began to fill up his sketchbook with sketches and notes. After an hour of learning and exploring, Jungkook felt relaxed and content. He had really enjoyed his time here. Before leaving, he decided to grab a cup of coffee and rest for a while. After all, what was a solo date without a bit of rest and relaxation? As he drank his coffee, he thought about what a great idea it was to have a solo date. Who knew he could have so much fun by himself? By the time he wanted to leave, it was already dark outside. Jungkook was surprised at how the day had passed so quickly. On his way home, his mind was abuzz with all the things he'd seen and done. A smile lit up his face.